Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we're going to be discussing the disappointment of the Halo 5 Guardians campaign. Now, we'll get more into that in a second. I just wanted to state that I apologize for the long delay between this video and my last video, which was a stream. It's been like 2 weeks since I've last uploaded. I've been quite busy. Okay. So I apologize for that. More videos are coming soon. I've been putting together an NFL video. I've decided to push that back at least probably 3 weeks, maybe. I'm at least waiting for the NFL schedule release, but then after that, like, I have another busy week ahead, so it's coming. Okay, I can't tell you what it is yet, but it's a coming video, and it'll be probably dropping in June, possibly, or late May, but likely. Again, busy schedule ahead, but I'm trying to get this video out. I want to get, if I'm still doing it, Hot Takes Part 4 as soon as possible, and some other new content. But today, we're talking about Halo 5 Guardians. Now, we're not talking about the multiplayer because honestly, I think the multiplayer for Halo 5 is a little underrated. I feel like it's a great multiplayer, and almost every other aspect of this game is relatively good, except for some things, of course. Some of the armors are ugly, some of the helmets are ugly, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the campaign. Halo 5's Guardian campaign is kind of regarded as probably the worst Halo campaign, and it's not that it has bad level designs or bad gameplay. It's its story, which is something that isn't normal for Halo games to actually have a not. It's not that the story's like absolute dog shit, like a Black Ops 7 type story. It's just not great. And it was really disappointing as to what they were advertising. And I thought about this video a while ago when I saw someone else talking about it. Not this particular topic, but like on Instagram, someone was saying, like, Halo 5's campaign is really disappointing compared to the advertising they did to it. And that inspired me to make this video. So, if you don't remember, Halo 5, Microsoft did quite a lot of advertising for this game, for its campaign and multiplayer. But particularly with this campaign pushing this whole narrative of hunt the truth and pushing the idea that the Master Chief is a freaking traitor. Okay? That was the idea of their advertisement for the campaign. And that's all we knew, is that there was the Master Chief, he was a traitor, and he was being hunted down by a mysterious Spartan, which we obviously got to know him as Spartan Locke. And we didn't know who he was at first. Maybe he's like some kind of Oni agent or something, so kind of rogue Spartan, bounty hunter, something like that. Something like Boba Fett or something like. No, he wasn't as interesting as we thought, actually. He's an alright character, but I feel like they kind of failed his character, and that's why he wasn't in Infinite. They just kind of gave up on it. Halo 5's campaign was so not great that they completely ditched any kind of follow up to it in Halo Infinite. They literally skipped it. They literally made it, oh yeah, Cortana's dead by the time of Infinite. The Guardians are gone and her whole created faction and everyone working for her gone. And she's gone too, by the way, by the time of Halo Infinite. And it's just like, okay. Well, if you really, really, really think about it, it just something seems off about the advertisement and the actual campaign. Now, maybe it's just a whole thing of false advertisement, but I mean, they pushed this whole thing that the Master Chief is a traitor and he's being hunted down by Locke, whether he's trying to capture him alive or kill him. But I'm sure he wasn't going to kill him. But point being, they were pushing this whole narrative that the Master Chief was a traitor, and there was this hunt the truth type thing. It was so crazy that we got two live action freaking trailers for two perspectives, one from Locke's perspective, one from the Master Chief's perspective, and it generally looked like some crazy shit was happening. Like, the idea that they were pushing with Master Chief being a traitor, that sounded interesting. Like, okay, someone's obviously framing him because Master Chief ain't no fucking traitor. Okay? Either it's some kind of smear campaign, some kind of smear operation to make the Master Chief look bad or something. But the Master Chief is not a traitor. So when they pushed that storyline in the advertisement, that had me really interested. I'm sure that had a majority, almost all Halo fans, really intrigued when that was a kind of the push for the advertisement. But then when we played the game, in reality, all he did was just not follow orders and go on a goose trail to find Cortana. And sure, I guess if you want to consider say, hey, that makes him a traitor, all he did was say, negative, Infinity, I'm going to go do my own side quest. That's all he did. You know, I don't understand. Now, this is maybe a crackpot theory, maybe not a crackpot theory, but it's a theory. Maybe they changed the story really late in development, and this is the result. Maybe that's probably not likely, but it's a possibility. Is maybe they changed it at some point. Maybe Cortana was never involved in the original idea, and they completely redid it really late. And I don't know. That's a crackpot theory. I don't know if it's true. It's probably not true, but it just something seems off about it. Unless generally, listen. There's a couple of scenarios as to why the advertisement and the campaign are very different. Scenario one is it's just simple false advertisement, or I guess does that qualify as false advertising? I don't really know. Scenario two, they were trying to keep the secret of Cortana being alive a secret, or scenario three, they were, I guess, I don't know, trying to cover up the fact that the story sucks. Or scenario four, they did change it really late, and this is what we got. Maybe Cortana was never involved in the original project, but I feel like that's, I don't know. A lot of Halo fans have their opinions on Cortana being brought back in Halo 5 just for her to die off screen in Halo Infinite. You know? We don't even get to see Atriox die, which, I mean, obviously he's not dead, but, you know, we don't get to see that either. We don't get to see that. They did this whole thing with so much shit happening in the background, we don't get to see it. Like, I guess Cortana blew up the Brute's homeworld at some point. Now, granted, yeah, we saw in the cutscene, but... And then she also blew up Australia. Yeah, poor Aussies, man. I don't know why... I mean, yeah, there's a lot of spiders there. Maybe that's a valid reason. Maybe Cortana was aware of the spiders down there and thought it was the best for the galaxy, that they don't exist anymore. But point being, maybe the original idea of the story never involved Cortana, and maybe it was some kind of smear campaign against the Master Chief. Maybe someone wanted him gone, or maybe he was framed for something. Maybe he was framed for a murder of somebody. Like, what if Captain Lowski died, and the Master Chief was framed for it? And then they said Locke after him. That's already instantly more interesting than what we got. But instead, it's just Master Chief gets a fucking vision from Cortana, goes to a planet and says, "No, Infinity, I'm going to go do a side quest," and that's it. I'm just saying. The campaign is very disappointing. Now, the gameplay for the campaign is bad. I really do like that we get to see St. Helios and some interesting locations. And the gameplay itself for the game, not bad. The missions themselves, not awful. But still, it's just like this whole thing. And then I remember so much interest behind this whole Hunt the Truth thing. There's generally a lot of interest within the Halo community of why was the Master Chief being called a traitor? Who is this Locke guy? There are so many videos with hours of information, or I guess theories, talk about who the hell is Locke, why is Master Chief a traitor, what has he done? And yet all of that. And none of it actually means anything in the actual game, because by the end of the game, everything's all dandy and fine. Well, not dandy and fine, Cortana's evil, but, you know, like, maybe again, back to the whole thing, a lot of Halo fans don't like the revival of Cortana. I don't really like it myself either, especially if they were just going to turn her into a bad guy. Because her death in Halo 4, it was a send off. It was a good send off, and I think. But then it's kind of hard, you know. She's a valuable character to the franchise. I would say she's a top 3 valuable character to the franchise. Maybe they thought, oh well, we can't have it without her, but I mean, you could find a way. Halo Infinite found a way. Halo Infinite found a way without her. But, I mean, the whole thing with Master Chief being a traitor, and then turns out it's just a goose hunt for Cortana. Locke isn't as cool or badass as we thought he might be. Now, granted, again, maybe it's not his fault entirely, it's just the story. But it's just, in my opinion, there's just something very off about the advertising and the actual game we got. Maybe it is just a giant false advertising thing, and they were just trying to cover up how shitty the fucking story was. Or they were trying to cover up the fact that Cortana was back. I don't know if they would simply say, oh yeah, Cortana's back and she's bad. I think that would instantly turn off a lot of people for the game, for its campaign. And when it comes to, I guess, the campaign just being shitty, obviously they're not going to straight up say that. Like, Black Ops 7 tried to be interesting with its advertisement until, well, Black Ops 7's campaign's freaking awful. And then, I don't know. Maybe, okay, let me know what you think down below in the comments if you think the theory that the campaign was tweaked at least a little bit at all. Because something just seems off, at least in my opinion. Maybe I'm tweaking, okay? Maybe I'm maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But maybe the idea of them completely redoing the campaign, or at least partially redoing it, makes a little bit of sense. I don't know if I have anything else to say or anything else to add. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Overall, the advertisement in the actual game for campaign, not multiplayer. Multiplayer is fine. The story of the advertisement just seems super different from the story that we got. It seems extremely different that it's almost like almost two different games. They're making it seem like the Master Chief is a traitor and he generally did something bad, or he's being framed of doing something bad. And that had a lot of people interested. That had a lot of people interested. And then when we played the game and we found out it was just some kind of stupid chase and stupid fucking thing with Cortana being back, and then now she's bad and she wants to, I don't know, create an AI uprising. And then at the end of the game, the Infinities ran away and Master Chief meets up with the Arbiter and Dr. Halsey again. And then the game is so bad, well, the campaign is so poorly received that they completely ditched this idea heading into Halo Infinite, and we never get to see it resolved. We never get to see it officially resolved. And that's the shittiest thing, because, I mean, with how shitty it is, it would have been kind of interesting to see the outcome, but we don't get that. Actually, no, I'm not sure. Well, maybe they probably could have done the sequel better justice, but instead, in reality, they simply just kind of scrapped it and just said, "Nah, we're just going to jump to Halo Infinite, and Halo Infinite's just its own thing." Which Halo Infinite's a great game, but it leaves a lot of unanswered questions from Halo 5 to Halo Infinite. There's so many unanswered questions. Like, where's this character? Where's that character? Where's this guy? What happened to this? What happened to that? There's a lot of unanswered questions. That's what happened when they completely ditched the idea of what Halo 5 was doing to Halo Infinite. It was completely a little confusing. I know they're trying to plug up some of those holes, but it wasn't great. Overall, I think that's kind of all I got for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you think Halo 5's campaign was tweaked at all? Do you think they messed with it? Do you think they changed it at all? Or was the game's campaign always bad? Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Again, I have more videos coming up soon. I know I said an NFL video was pushed back, and it is. It's coming out later. I know, I'm sorry. But more videos. I'm going to try my best to get something out as soon as possible. Again, thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day.